Hi, everybody. This is Rabbi Moshe Rothschild from the Global Israel Alliance, bringing you the weekly summary of the news from Israel. Today is Friday, May 17th. So here are some of the top stories that happened here this week. Now, understand, I can't possibly cover all the news, and I try to keep this to 5 minutes, but these are some of the highlights. This week and through the 18th of May, Eurovision is the Eurovision contest is being held in Israel. It's an international song competition. Since Israel won last year in Europe, we get to host this year, and Eurovision will be in Tel Aviv. It's being hosted in Tel Aviv. It's a very, very important competition. Now, the BDS, the Boycott, Divestment and Sanctions Movement, which is an anti-Israel movement, has tried very hard to convince people not to come, but they have failed. It's been a BDS fail, and we applaud Madonna, who will be performing at Eurovision. She's going to be doing a song here for not giving in to the anti-Israel pressure. So Madonna will be here to perform, and we give her kudos for that. The United Arab Emirates reported this week appointed a chief rabbi. First time ever that the United Arab Emirates will have a chief rabbi, which is very, very interesting. So congratulations to Rabbi Yehuda Sarna. This week marked May 14th, 1948, was the anniversary, the 71st anniversary on the secular calendar of the declaration of the State of Israel. We celebrate, though, on the lunar calendar, so we already celebrated. However, the Palestinians refer to it as Nakba Day, which means the day of tragedy, and a catastrophe. And they look at this day as a catastrophe, and 10,000 Arabs violently protested along the Gaza border, which Israel had to contain. What else happened this week? This week, which was a very fascinating story, I think I might have mentioned a company called WaterGen. WaterGen is a company in Israel that has developed the technology in order to generate water literally from thin air. It comes from it's an atmospheric water generator known as the Gen 350, and it can produce up to 900 liters of water a day. So WaterGen, they provided water for 120 orphans in Uzbekistan who are living in an orphanage, and it has been very, very difficult in Uzbekistan. Lately, there's a very serious water shortage. So this is an Israeli startup company providing water based on this incredible technology in Uzbekistan. The Prime Minister Netanyahu this week has chosen a settlement in northern the Golan Heights. Will be renamed after Donald Trump. I mentioned last week there was a square in the town of Petah Tikva, being named for Donald Trump. But now there's a town in the Golan that will be named for him. There now exists a plan to build 110 new homes there, and right now it's a very, very small new settlement, but it's going to be referred to as Trump Town. This week, the U.S. Ambassador David Friedman, the U.S. Ambassador to Israel, was meeting with a group of evangelicals here in Israel, and while meeting with them, he made the remark. He said that God is on the side of Israel. The New York Times attacked him for that, and here is what David Friedman said, and I quote, in response to the New York Times: "Billions of people around the world accept the Old Testament as part of their faith. Most of the prophecies are about the return of the nation of Israel to their land, and it's happening in our lifetime." Friedman said, adding that just being in this room is evidence that the prophecy of Ezekiel and others have come true. So where am I off in saying that God is on the side of Israel? Friedman asked. The fact that God has fulfilled the prophecies and delivered the people of Israel to their land is demonstrably true. So there it is, David Friedman, the U.S. ambassador versus the New York Times. In the news, Netanyahu is considering forming a very narrow temporary coalition of just 60 seats until he could finish the negotiations, which have been very, very tough here to form a coalition. A Saudi newspaper has urged the Palestinians to give Trump's peace plan a chance here, which I mentioned here. It does not include a two-state solution, the Trump peace plan, but it will not be unveiled till after Ramadan, which is ending in about 3 more weeks. The Congresswoman this week, Rashida Tlaib, distorted the Holocaust, saying that the Palestinians had warmly welcomed the Jews here into Palestine and had saved them. And it was a terrible distortion of the facts. We know that the Palestinians were in cahoots with the Nazis, including Haj Amin al-Husseini, who was the head of the Palestinians in Palestine during World War II. And there are photos of him sitting with Hitler. So that was very disturbing this week. So that's basically it. I'm a little bit over my normal time. So I wish you all wonderful Shabbat. This has been Rabbi Moshe Rothschild from Israel, bringing you the news from the Global Israel Alliance. All the best.